Good day everyone, I'm Stacy Hernandez with Baluyot and Trishia Matre to continue the report on Chapter 6, the why and how of school and community partnership. Next slide. What can the community do for schools? Remediation and enrichment classes. Parents and retired teachers may be involved in the school reading and remediation and learning enrichment programs. Kahit sino sa community pwedeng tumulong or mag-participate sa mga remediation programs or classes, especially mga parents or retired teachers. Ang remediation o remedial classes po ay importante para matutukan ang mga estudyanteng nahuhuli sa klase. Ito ang magiging pathway ng mga estudyante para makapag-focus sa mga subject na sila ay mahina. Sa ganitong paraan, maaaring makatulong ang community sa school. Ako po, as an example, kami ng pinsan ko, every summer, nire-remedial kami sa iba't ibang subject ng lola ko namin na retired teachers. Na retired teacher. Next slide po. Youth Development Program. The young may involve themselves in the youth development programs and develop their skills and talents, learn how to deal positively with peers and adults, and as resources in the communities. These kind of programs are dedicated for the youths in the community. Sa tulong ng mga programs na to, madadevelop ng mga kabataan ang skills at talent nila. Also, youth programs lessen substance abuse, violence, and gang activity kasi nga, nagiging productive sila or nababaling yung attention nila and time sa mga youth programs. Halimbawa sa mga barangay, every summer magkakaroon sila ng sports training like volleyball or basketball. This kind of youth development program promotes physical fitness and teamwork. Next slide po. Community service. Examples of community service are students participating in tutorial programs, community reforestation programs. Anybody from the community can voluntarily participate in community services. Ang community services ay makakatulong sa pagpapaunlad at pagpapaganda ng school. Pwede rin tumulong ang mga miyembro ng isang komunidad to help those people na medyo mahina o nahuhuli pagdating sa academics by means of teaching or tutoring them. Halimbawa na lang ng Brigada Eskwela. Pumupunta sa school ang mga estudyante at mga parents para tumulong at na malinis at mapaganda ang school at mga classroom para sa mga susunod na papasok ng mga estudyante. And this is Trishia to continue the report. Thank you po.
Thank you, Stacy. So before I start, let me introduce myself first. I am Trishia, and now we'll be tackling about the legal basis for parents and community involvement. RA 9155, Governance of Basic Education Act, Section E, Number 10. It is no wonder why even our laws support school community partnership. Explicitly states that one of the responsibilities of schools head is establishing school and community networks and encouraging the active participants of teachers' organizations, non-academic personnel of public schools, and parents-teachers community association. Section 3 of the same act encourages the local initiative for the improvement of schools and learning centers and to provide the means by which improvement may be achieved and sustained. Local initiatives for the improvement of schools and learning centers are encouraged. So, what is this act all about? So, according to my research, this act declared as the policy of the state to protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality basic education and to make such education accessible to all by providing all Filipino children a free and compulsory education in the elementary level of free education. So, to make it clear, idineklara ito upang itaguyod ang karapatan ng lahat ng mamamayan sa dekalidad na batayan ng edukasyon at gawing accessible sa lahat ng mga batang Pilipino ang libre at disapilitang edukasyon. Kasama na rin sa naturang edukasyon ang alternatibong sistema ng pag-aaral at mga nag-aaral na nasa hustong gulang. Layunin ng batayang edukasyon na mabigyan sila ng kasanayan, kaalaman at pagpapahalagang kailangan nila upang mapagmalasakit at produktibo at makabayang mamamayan. Next slide. So, sa local initiatives, pinopoint out dito yung sa values, needs and aspiration of school community. So, example, yung values. We all know naman, di ba, na values starts from our home and ang una natin naging teacher ay yung parents natin. So, with this knowledge, values is not only being input by teachers. Nandyan na din yung turo ng parents natin and even our relatives. Minsan, in-educate nila tayo, di ba? So, the state will encourage local initiative for improving the quality of basic education. Ini-ensure nila that the values, needs, and aspiration of school community are reflected in educational programs for children out of school, youth, or older students. Next slide. Batas Bilang 232, Education Act 1982, Section 7. States that every educational institution shall provide for the establishment of appropriate bodies through which the members of the educational community may discuss relevant issues and communicate information and suggestions for assistance and support of the school and for the promotion of their common interests. So, ano nga ba ang purpose ng act na ito? So, the purpose of this act is to establish the rights, duties, and obligations of those in the education community. Ibig sabihin, itinatag para sa mga karapatan or tungkulin at obligasyon ng mga nasa komunidad ng edukasyon para mag-provide ng pangkalatang edukasyon na mag-provide din sa atin ng national identify, culture, and moral integrity. For example, yung meeting sa school. 'Di ba kapag nagmi-meeting, pinag-uusapan yung problem sa school, mga project na gustong ilunsad, and kung paano ma-achieve ang betterment ng schools, and syempre yung learning ng students. So, one thing na kalimitang pinag-uusapan dito is yung pagpipintura ng schools, pagpapaganda ng classrooms, or yung gardens, wherein hindi naman kayang pondo ng school. So, yung meeting na yun, yung magde-decide kung paano ma-achieve yung project na yun. So, sinasabi lang na if the school and community have meeting, kailangan makikooperate ng personnel. Like, if needed na attend, especially yung mga parents natin. Kasi sila yung mas concerned and magre-reflect yung presence nila sa edukasyon ng kanilang mga anak. So, yun lang po and thank you. And this is Kim Baluyot to continue the discussion.
Thank you, Trishia. Before I start to discuss my topic, I will introduce myself. My name is Kim Baluyot, and my topic is about RA 8525 and Philippine EFA 2015 Plan. RA 8525, Adapt a School Program Act, it also provides for school community partnership. It allows private entities to assist a public school, whether elementary, secondary, or tertiary but not limited to the following areas: staff and faculty development for training and further education, construction of facilities, upgrading of existing facilities, provision of books, publications, and other instructional materials, and modernization of instructional technologies. So first, let us know what does it mean of Adapt a School. According to my research, Adapt a School refers to a program where a private entity agrees to extend assistance to a public school in a particular aspects of its educational program within an agreed period. In short, ito ay tumutukoy sa programa kung saan ang private entity ay agree na magbigay ng tulong sa public school sa loob ng isang napagkasunduang panahon. How about the meaning of private entity? Private entity refers to a private individual or organization or business establishment, whether a corporation, partnership, or cooperative that enters into agreement with a public school in order to provide assistance in the implementation of the educational program. It shall be known henceforth as the adopting entity agency. In short, ito ay tumutukoy sa isang pribadong individual or organization kung saan sila ay may kasunduan sa public school upang magbigay ng tulong. So basically, in this law, RA 8525, it means that it will allow private entities to give assistance or help to the public schools. Private entities' assistance might be offered in the form of cash or in-kind goods and services, which include infrastructures, books, computer and laboratory, nutrition and health packages, and helpful educational materials for students. Sa pagpopondo na lang iyon, is nakatulong na sila sa edukasyon ng mga Pilipino. So for the example of how private sector participate in this program is through first, building infrastructure. 'Di ba po 'pag nagkakaroon ng sakuna, like bagyo o lindol, ay laging naaapektuhan ang school, right? So yung mga facilities like classroom ay nasira o may mga biyak na. At dahil dito, kailangan na magpagawa ng bagong classroom ang school. So dito papasok ang private sector. Sa pagpondo nila sa pagpapatayo ng classroom is nakatulong na sila sa eskwelahan. Another is health and nutrition like school feeding programs, healthcare medical dental missions, deworming interventions, nutritional supplements, and etc. So I have one question here. Sa tingin nyo ba mayroong requirements or qualifications ang private entity to participate in this program? Yes or no? And type your answer in the class comment section na lang po. So, sa lahat na nagsagot ng yes, tama po kayo. Dahil nasa batas ito, meron tayong tinatawag na qualifications or requirements para makapag-participate ang isang private entity to the program. The private entity that intends to participate should have a credible track record to be supported by a certificate of registration with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, or with the Cooperative Development Authority, CDA. The private entity should have been in existence for at least a year. In short, dapat po ang private entity ay mayroong credible track record at nag-ooperate dapat sila ng at least a year. Okay, ano nga ba ang layunin ng batas na to? Kaya ang batas na ito ay pinatupad ay para sa layunin na ma-encourage ang mga private entity na makisali or makatulong sa pagpondo sa edukasyon ng mga estudyante. Next is Philippine Education for All EFA 2015 Plan. Even the Philippine Education for All EFA 2015 Plan, then a vision and holistic program of reforms that aim to improve the quality of basic education for every Filipino by end of 2015 likewise states, schools shall continue to harness local resources and facilitate involvement of every sector of the community in the school improvement process. So around 2015, there's already a plan for the school and community partnership. And the central goal of the Philippine EFA 2015 plan is basic education for all that will bring about knowledge and skills for everyone. Philippine EFA 2015 aims to make all pupils and students complete basic education with satisfactory achievement level, and also education be made a societal responsibility. This EFA 2015 plan was extended in Education for All beyond 2015 Agenda 2030. Agenda 2030 has 7 new educational targets from 2015 to 2030 that must involve education stakeholders, which is essence in school community partnerships. UNESCO Assistant Director, General for Education, Dr. Quintang, himself admits that Agenda 2030 cannot be realized without schools partnering with community. He said our vision must be more aggressive, more committed, yet not just involving government, non-government agencies, but all stakeholders. So what does it mean? This means that without the community, this Agenda 2030 is not be possible. Kung hindi makikipag-ugnayan ang community sa school, ay malaking struggle ito, or di kaya ay possible na hindi ito mapatupad because school should be held by the community. it is not the school itself. Dapat may partnership ang school at community. And this is where community and school partnerships come into play. So the school can ask for assistance from the local community for the development of the school. And there's no problem asking for the help from the community since it is the improvement it since it is for the improvement of the quality of education, especially for every learner. And in these partnerships, students are given the opportunity to succeed in school with the assistance of the community. Since sometimes the community can provide materials that schools can provide to help. Another topic is RA 9155 states that partnership within school and community also ensures that first, educational programs, projects, and services take into account the interests of all members of the community. Section 3D. Second, the schools and community centers reflect the values of the community by allowing teachers, learning facilitators, and other staff to have the flexibility to serve the needs of all learners. Section 3D.
Third, the local initiative for the improvement of schools and learning centers are encouraged, and the means by which these improvements may be achieved and sustained are provided. Section 3. So schools and communities function better when they work as a team.
And this is the end of our presentation. We hope that you learned something and thank you for watching.